So in this lesson, we're going to be talking about how to do the Cruyff turn. So the Cruyff turn is a move that looks pretty simple, but when it's done properly, it can be hard to defend against and can help you get out of a lot of tight situations on the pitch. And this turn can be done or used both if you're just casually turning on the football with no real pressure, but it's especially useful if you're either about to shoot, cross, or play a pass. And that's what really makes this skill so effective, is the disguise. You're setting one action and then quickly changing direction to beat your opponent. So before we get into the technical details, it's important to understand why the Cruyff turn works so well. And it's effective because it allows you to do things like fake a shot, like we said, fake a pass, or any type of action that's going to allow you to play the ball, beat an opponent without really needing pace, which is good for us slow guys. And it gets you out of a lot of tight situations, like we said. It allows you to change direction quickly and cleanly, and can create space for your next action. Now, with all that being said, the Cruyff turn itself is actually a very simple movement, but what makes the difference is how clean, sharp, and convincing we are when we perform it. So at its core, the Cruyff turn is a 180 degrees body turn combined with hooking the football. And so all you're doing is just rotating your body 180 degrees, but you then want to make sure you're using the inside of your foot or around the area. So you can use your studs, but we'll get into that in a second if you prefer. But you want to trap and hook the ball, and as you turn your body 180, the ball should do the same thing. So the ball shouldn't be behind you or to the side of you. If it is, that means you didn't really hook the ball properly as you were turning, and so the ball should be in your pathway after you've turned, and then you can exit cleanly. And like we said, it's a great move for disguising a shot, cross, or pass, or you can use it to just casually turn on the football, which is what I mostly do. So the first key thing to understand is that your body has to turn 180 degrees during this move, which isn't super easy. You do need some balance and coordination with your feet, but if your body doesn't fully rotate, the move then becomes very slow. It becomes much easier for opponents to read you. Plus you then have to add more steps in, so this move isn't as clean because the idea is to do this turn in one motion. And so it does help to practice rotating your hips and your feet, maybe without the football first, and then once you get more comfortable doing that, you can then start to add the ball in. And even then, you might not want to start practicing Cruyff turns straight away, and so you can just practice turning normally with the football, getting used to that 180 turn movement, and then of course from there you can just start to practice Cruyff turns. The second key is going to be disguise. Now, like I said earlier, you don't have to use this as a skill move or use it to fake opponents all the time. For example, if you're a centre back and you just want to be able to casually turn in a smooth and effective way, then using the Cruyff turn is going to be perfect for that as well. But if you want to add more disguise and confuse or beat your opponent, then you're going to want to have to perform this move a bit differently. So just like how you would fake a normal pass or shot, you want your body to show those same intentions, which means opening up your hips more, maybe raising your arm to indicate that you're about to play the ball, and just shaping up your body as if you're genuinely about to strike the ball forward. And so the more convincing this part is, the more likely the defender is going to commit. Now for the final part is going to be the contact. So we want to be using the inside of our foot, and we're going to hook the ball back behind our standing leg. You can get away with using your sole, so I know I spoke about in the beginning about using your sole or your studs, but then you kind of miss out on that hook action, which is important for us to exit the move. But as you hook the ball back, your body should rotate the same time, just like we spoke about. So your shoulders, hips, head, and of course your feet should all turn together as one movement. And also, as you're turning, make sure you're on your toes. You can't be flat-footed in this movement at all. One, because the move just won't work if you're just flat-footed. You won't be able to turn properly. And two, which is most important, you can actually get yourself injured if you're not giving yourself the mobility to turn by being on your toes. So that's very important. And that's basically all there is to it. The Cruyff turn is a very simple and straightforward move. And once you've hooked the ball and turned, the ball should then be set up for you to exit in one touch. Or you can, shoot, cross, pass first time if that's what you want to do. But you want to make sure you're practicing, add speed to make your Cruyff turns more sharper, work on your body shape to add more disguise to confuse your opponents. And also practice using both feet, especially if you're a midfielder where you have that 360 play. Having both feet, being able to use the Cruyff turn in both feet can be very useful and helpful on the pitch in different areas. But yeah, do you practice both feet, practice using it if you're on the move or stationary, just play with different situations with this move. And of course, finally, get good at using it in a game, get comfortable at using it in your matches. It's a very fun move to use, especially when it comes off nicely. It can really help you buy more time on the football, and like we said, get you out of tight situations on the pitch. So get good at using it in a match. And so yeah, that's basically it for this lesson on how to do the Cruyff turn. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I'll see you for the next one.